Afternoon, Senator Wyden. Thank you so much for this town hall here today, and I really appreciate all your in-person town halls over the years. I've attended many, and I really get a lot out of them.
You're a glutton for punishment.
I sure am. I'm a very proud OLCV volunteer, but I also volunteer with Citizens Climate Lobby, and I go to Washington, D.C. like once a year to lobby there. And one of our top priorities is clean energy permitting reform. And one of the statistics I've heard is that for every fossil fuel project that's waiting to be permitted, there's 20 clean energy projects. Now, I know that during the Trump years that they really have tried to jam through fossil fuel projects, and they're trying to kill all the investment in clean energy in the IRA. But in the long term, how can we think about speeding up the clean energy permitting so we can get a lot more solar and wind projects online?
Well, you raise an important issue, and it's something that I'm talking to a lot of allies about. I think that part of what we've tried to do, and I've tried to do this in forestry, is we want to get the big permitting decisions made up front. As soon as you see the science and have it on the table, you ought to try to move then, rather than have the entire process go forward for months and months, maybe even years. And then somebody stands up and goes, ooh, listen to me, we're ready to have our issue. No magical formula, but the best approaches I've found on natural resources, you don't ban people from the right to come to the courthouse. Their First Amendment rights are special. The Founding Fathers wanted them to be special. You don't mess with their right to be heard. But that is not the same thing as a constitutional right to just come on in every 15 minutes for years on end. That balance is somewhere where I am.
Thank you. And if I could follow up, there was a ProPublica article earlier this year that Oregon was 47th out of 50 for clean energy being installed. And I was just really heartbroken to hear that. How can Oregon do more to make sure we're bringing... I've actually brought this up with my state legislators, but I don't know if this is on your radar also, that we're 47...
I saw the article as well. I think we have to define some of the principles. I mean, I'll give you an example. We have big rare earth assets, in rural Oregon, essentially on the border with Nevada. People have asked me what my position is. I said, I'm willing to entertain that. It's a national security issue. But you're not going to budge with the environmental laws. If you want to find a way to honor the environmental laws, that's a different story.
Yeah, thank you for your time here.
Thank you.